Good. All right, bro. Let's just talk real quick. Look, man, it's 1:11. Hey, first off, shout out my girl for getting me this chain. This chain is fire, nigga. She crowned your boy that king. You feel me? Nah, let me stop. But look. On some real talk though. Let's talk real quick. It's 1:11, right? So I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you. Let me just be vulnerable with you today, right? I've been fasting. I've been fasting a lot. That's just what I do. I fast every now and then. But look, let me be real with you. So you guys know I've been on my spiritual journey ever since ever since the end of 2018, right? Been on my spiritual journey, yada, 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 woo, 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 got in touch with my dark side, integrated my shadow, yada, 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 a lot of stuff, right? So anyway, with me integrating my shadow in different aspects of my shadow, you guys know I said, all right, shadow work, I'm done for right now. Because shadow work is something you'll be doing for the rest of your life. But shadow work for right now, I'm done. It's time for me to come back out into the world. It's been a few years now, right? So anyway, with that being said, with me basically being invisible for the last few years, working on my shadow, now with me about to come back out and do what I gotta do and build whatever I want to build, my main lesson that my soul is telling me is balance. I can't speak for everyone's journey. I can only speak for my own journey, right? So for my journey, me personally, you guys know I like to do certain things. Of course, who doesn't, right? I like to have fun, right? But it's all about balance, of course. You can't always have fun. You can't always work. You can't always have sex. You can't always do X, Y, Z. Like, you know what I mean? It's about balance. And so I have that fully ingrained now in my mind that like, okay, now with me going to do everything that I want to do, right? Me coming out the shadows and doing X, Y, Z, I'm really gonna have balance. Like that's such a strong lesson that is incorporated inside of me. But not only that, it's like I need to remember that. I don't know why. Who knows? Who knows what's coming in the future? Who knows once I give my focus back to the world and, you know what I mean, put my focus back on my YouTube and do all that shit. Who knows what's gonna happen? But I know I have to be balanced. Not only in terms of like everything, nigga, but even in terms of me. I have to be balanced with my creativity, but then also with my logic. You know, I led logically in my life a lot, and it led me to be depressed. So then I led creatively in my life, and it leads you to be happy, but there's not too much order. So it's just a lot of chaos in your life. You know what I mean? So then for me, I have to balance my chaotic creativity mind with the orderly mind. You know what I mean? And if I balance them perfectly, that's when harmony occurs. So I'm glad that, you know, I'm fully aware of that message now. And I can even look back on my life and see like, oh yeah, for sure, I was doing this way too much. And I was being extremely logical for way too long, and I wasn't in touch with my creativity. That's why I became depressed, and I hated myself. I hated my life. I became overweight and yada, yada, yada. Like, I can look back on my life now and see how, with me being just fully logical, led me down a certain path and led me to become extremely depressed. But then over the last, I'm going to say 6 years, right? Over the last 6 years, I decided I'm going to let my creativity just fully take over, right? But then when you allow your creativity to fully take over, you do a lot of crazy Not only do you do crazy you can't really get too much done. You know what I mean? Because you just have all these ideas. And me, I'm an extremely creative person. I can think outside the box. I have a vivid imagination. As you guys can tell, if you look on my YouTube channel, I love to talk about a lot of different topics because I could think about all these different topics, right? I could play video games. I could work out. I love sports. I love MMA. I love fantasy. I'm so multifaceted, right? So my creativity is such at a level to where I can do so many different things. But if I fully am allowing my creativity to just take over, a lot of things don't get done because it's like I'm just going off of that feeling. Oh, I feel like doing this today. Oh, I feel like doing this today. Oh, I feel like doing this. So with that creativity being on 100 and not allowing that logic to guide it fully, you're all over the place. You know what I mean? So anyway, with me coming out of my shadow, very soon, probably like when the spring starts, I'm pretty sure, and then I spring forward back into life, I'm just gonna keep that in mind, because like the life that I've built for myself now is literally like I got a cool ass chick, right? I fuck with my girl heavy, right? Got a cool ass chick. Everything that I've built, everything that I've done, like it's cool. So now it's like, all right, this next time that I'm doing everything, especially now that I'm a little older too, it's like, all right, B, utilize both hemispheres of your brain. Bro, that's one thing I hate about living in the hood. Like every time something, you hear an alarm, gotta check. Is that my fucking car? It's like, nigga, goddamn. Anyway, let me finish. So it's just like this time around, right? I can't lead with my logic fully because that leads me to become depressed. Because I'm a very creative, very expressive person, right? So if I suppress that and lead my life logically, I'll become depressed because I'm not expressing who I am. However, if I just be creative and not put any boundaries on who I am and not put logic behind my creative pursuits, it shit just don't make sense. You know what I mean? So it's the balance, it's the blend of those two. And it's funny because one thing that I've noticed, my shadow side is my creative side. Before, I didn't really know that, but once I fully just allowed myself to become the darkest demonic version of myself and just accept all the ugliness, it made me become the most creative. You know what I mean? That's why I started making music. I'm able to express myself in a way I've never been able to, right? It was once I became the most darkest demonic and accepting all these feelings that I'm finally fully able to express it all. So now with me even have this extra layer of emotions and creativity, right? Now it's like a nigga really gotta have that logic and that structure within. Because if I don't, oh my God. Oh my God. Because I've decided that I'm not suppressing who I am, right? So since I don't suppress my creativity and my feelings and shit, now I have to just develop new ways of being, you know what I mean? Even like with dealing with others, right? Let me give you an example. Because the way I'm speaking right now is extremely abstract. See, so let me bring it into another way. Let me bring it logically so you can see what I'm saying. Like even with dealing with others, right? I've decided to always be myself fully. But you have to still operate within a certain parameter. You can be yourself fully, of course, but you need to learn how to be yourself fully, but still kind of operate within certain parameters so people can understand you. Not even just so they can understand you, but also so you don't come across as rude, so you don't come across as being mean. or come across as you knowing it all. See what I'm saying? So you have to operate within certain parameters. And it's just interesting. It's interesting trying to be the fullest version of myself. Because once again, all your life, bro, all your life, you put so many blockages and so many parameters around who you are. You don't be yourself, right? So anyway, trying to be yourself fully, but then still trying to fit in at the same time and fit in within certain parameters, that's the difficult part. But it's the beautiful balance, you know what I mean? I think all of us are a little weird, all of us are a little crazy, but it's just how well can you blend in with your environment? Still show your craziness, your uniqueness, show your beautiful uniqueness and allow it to shine, but you still have to blend in, you know? And that's, I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Life, nigga, life, you just go through so much shit. And all I'm telling you, this is where I'm at right now. Where I'm at right now is we all are unique. We all are different. We all are creative. Be you. But within you being you, bro, you still kind of have to operate within certain parameters. Like even how I say, right, I'm gonna live my life how I want to live my life, and I'm not gonna hurt others. Of course, that's me operating within certain parameters. I'm not gonna hurt others, right? But now take that same concept, nigga, and put it to what I'm talking about, even with dealing with others, right? So now you're dealing with others. Be you and get across how you feel, what you think and everything, but still fit within the parameters to where like they can kind of like receive it and you don't come across as like a dick. You know, that's what I'm trying to work on, nigga, because y'all know me. I have a lot of fire. I have so much fire within me. So for me, nigga, I'm a dragon, like what you expect. So I have a lot of fire. So for me, I'm still learning how to speak, you know, and you see that? Speak that truth, but still deliver it in a way to where it's, I don't want to say easily digestible, but speak it in a way to where it's like, it don't come across as like being rude, being too aggressive, being too mean. You know what I mean? So I gotta find that balance. And I can't allow the same mistake that happened to me when I was a kid happen to me again, which is you try to find that balance of blending in and then you lose who you are because you blend in so much. I believe that's what happens to everybody. I believe you are who you are, but then you try to blend into society, so then you lose your individuality. So anyway, what I'm saying is, with me over these last few years, getting in touch with who I am fully to my core, to my soul, right? Now that I'm about to try to blend back in, because you guys know over the last like 5 years, I've not been trying to blend in. I don't give a fuck. This is who I am, nigga. Brandon, Neptune, Rashad, Brandon, Rashad, nigga. I'm all like, you see what I'm saying? I didn't care. I was just so in tune with my light, allowing my light to shine. And that's fine. I understand. I understand why I had to go through that phase. I get it. Because I had to fully get in touch with my own light. I get it. I get it. I forgive myself. Of course. I'm a young God. Like, I was going crazy. You feel me? I get it. But now I'm at the point to where it's like I'm fully crystallized concrete in my soul that I can still blend in with people and not having to box in who I am. Like, I can chill, nigga. I can chill. I can hang out with people. I don't have to always talk about deep shit 24/7. Like, I don't always have to, you know what I mean? We could talk about sports. We could talk about whatever. You don't always have to be, I don't even know how to put this. This is how you, bro, this video is just me speaking from my core, so you gotta forgive me, you feel me? But I don't even, it's like you don't have to, bro, just learn how to be human. You know, when you tap into your soul and you tap into your God, I get it. Like, even me, I get it. And who I am in my soul is fucking crazy. You know what I mean? This dragon is crazy. But it's like, all right, now that it's integrated, now that I'm fully awake, right? Fully aware, I'm aware of all of this. Blend back in, you know? Blend in. Show your creativity, but you ain't gotta be like so abrasive about it, so aggressive. Like, blend in, you feel me? And that's just that's just the messages I was getting today when I was, I've been fasting. I haven't ate nothing in like 24 hours. So that's kind of just like, what my soul was telling me.